Hello book nerds, welcome to Bookshelf Bunny. I'm Kim and this is a Valentine's Day Sweetheart book tag. Hey guys, so I came across this book tag on, what's her channel now? Oh my goodness. Bookables. So I came across this tag on Bookables YouTube channel. The original video comes from Pampered Pages, but I can't seem to find a link to the original video, but I did want to give them credit, so there you go. Per usual, when I do tags, I don't do a lot of preparation. I just kind of jump on it. I do kind of like a brief read through of the questions so I have an idea of what's coming, but I don't really formulate my answers. So let's just dive into it, shall we? Our first question. What is your favorite Valentine's Day themed candy? I like candy. I tend to be more of a savory person than a sweet person, but in the world of candy, chocolate's okay, but I love me some cinnamon hearts. So good. Probably my favorite Valentine's Day-ish candy. Next question. Do you enjoy reading romance? Yes, but I like romance. I like stories where there's a romantic interest. I like sweet, heartwarming. I like spicy. But in the world of romance, if the entire book is about the sex, then it's not going to do it for me. I need a story. I need a plot. Probably my favorite romance is Slow Burn, Enemies to Lovers. Those tend to be my tropes of choice. Do you tend to read romance books throughout the Valentine's Day season? Not really. Not really. I read romance books as the mood strikes me. It's not my go-to genre. I love fantasy and horror, and in a lot of fantasy books there's usually, you know, your dark and twisty anti-hero and maybe a romance around there. So if that happens to be in a book that I'm reading, yes, but I don't pick up a romance specifically for the Valentine's Day season. Your fictional sweetheart shows up at your door with a Valentine's Day gift. What is it? I have a lot of fictional sweethearts. I like the dark and twisty characters, but I think the first thing that comes to mind with this question is the Goblin King, because when he brings Sarah a gift, it's pretty obvious what that gift is. It's a crystal. See, Goblin King holding a crystal. Yeah, I'm original. If he showed up at my door giving me a crystal, I'd probably die, but it would be cool. How many romance books do you have that are written by the same author? Not many, unless you count Sophie Kinsilla's series, the Shopaholic series, which kind of has romance in it, sort of, a little bit. I have a lot of Sophie Kinsella books. Otherwise, I don't really collect specific romance authors. What is a romance book that made you cry? That's easy. Anything by Nicholas Sparks. And specifically not Nicholas Sparks, but A Fault in Our Stars. I think that's John Green. That book made me bawl my eyes out. If you could choose any place, fictional or real, to escape to for a Valentine's date with your sweetheart, where would you like to go? With my sweetheart, who is obviously my husband. He's my favorite person. I want to go, I guess my dream trip is Japan, so let's go on a Valentine's Day date to Japan, literally anywhere in Japan. Although, cherry season, cherry blossom season, that might be ideal. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. What anticipated book release do you know in your heart you will absolutely love? Easy. Easy. I'm currently reading Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff, and the sequel's coming out in March, so it is an anticipated read. The sequel is Empire of the Damned, and I am loving the first book so far, so I'm pretty darn sure I'm gonna love this one too. It's a fantasy story, fantasy novel with vampires. Yes. Our next question is, do you have any favorite love-themed quotes from any of the books you have read? Not really. Nothing jumps out at me, so I'm gonna say no. All's fair in love and war. This is our last question. Do you have more books with red or pink spines? Definitely red. Although it's weird because pink is my favorite color. But when I do a quick look through of my books, I have more red spines. I do. Yes. Okay, book nerds, that's it for the tag. Per usual, if you are watching this video, I tag you. Consider yourself tagged. I would love to see your tag videos. Please share. No, that's dumb. If you do decide to do this tag video, I would love it if you would @ Bookshelf Bunny in your description so that I know to watch your video, because that will, you know, do a notification thing. That's it, book nerds. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. If you don't have a sweetheart or you don't really celebrate, gorge yourself on all the candy. Personally, I don't do a lot to celebrate Valentine's Day. My husband and I might go out for dinner or something, but more often than not, we just sit at home and are cozy together. We don't do anything super special. Our very first Valentine's date ever was a Asian restaurant. We had Chinese food, and because we're nerds, this is before we were even dating. He wrote me these really sweet Valentine's Day cards. They were like Dragon Ball Z, kids Dragon Ball Z cards, and he wrote like a whole bunch of stuff on them. It's probably my favorite Valentine's Day memory. Okay, that's all I got for you. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Do you like romance books, or are you like me and romance is good, but it's not your go-to genre? I'd love to hear from you. If you do like romance, what's your favorite? All right, that's it for me. As always, happy reading.